Let's dive into the deep end. Your mind is a playground. And we're about to rebuild the swings with some hardcore neurolinguistic programming and Ericksonian hypnosis. We're going to rewire how you handle criticism, own your worth, and stop giving a fuck about dumbass opinions that don't serve you. Buckle up, because this is going to be wild, uplifting, sciencey as hell, and it'll change your life forever. Chunk up, see the big picture. Picture yourself as a mountain standing tall, unshakable, while the winds of other people's opinions blow around you like meaningless gusts. You're solid, rooted in your own worth, your own truth. Criticism is just noise, like a yapping dog in the distance. It doesn't define you. It can't even touch you unless you let it. You're already whole, already enough, and your power comes from within, not from some random fucker's half-baked opinion. This is the big picture. You're the architect of your own reality, and nobody gets to rewrite the blueprint unless you hand them the pen. Chunk down, see the nitty-gritty details. Every time someone is about to criticize you, say your boss says your report was sloppy, or a friend goes, "Why'd you do it like that?" Your heart does that little skip, right? That's your nervous system kicking into fight or flight, like a squirrel spotting a hawk. That's just biology, not truth. Your amygdala is screaming danger, because it's wired to protect you from social rejection. Caveman shit, when being ostracized meant death. But here's the deal, you're not in a cave anymore. That skip in your chest is just a signal, not a verdict. You can notice it, breathe through it, and choose how to respond. Example, last week, maybe your coworker said, "You should have handled that client differently." Your gut twisted. You felt small, like you fucked up. But what if you zoomed out? That coworker is just protecting their own lens. Maybe they're stressed. Maybe they're anal about control. Their opinion isn't a universal truth. It's just their brain fart. You already handle this sometimes. Like when you shrug off a stranger's road rage. You don't give a shit if some guy in a pickup flips you off, right? You laugh, move on. That's you standing in your power. Now apply that same who gives a fuck energy to your coworker. Same principle, different context. Elicit your values and criteria. Let's dig into what matters to you. Deep down, you value confidence, self-acceptance and freedom. Freedom to be you, mistakes and all, without someone else's judgment chasing you down. You want to feel secure in your choices, to know that your worth isn't up for debate. When you think about standing tall, unshaken by criticism, what does that feel like? Maybe it's a warm glow in your chest, like you're a fucking superhero who just saves the day. Or maybe it's calm, like floating on a lake, unbothered by ripples. That's your criteria. You want to feel solid, worthy and free, to live your truth. Now let's pace that. You already know how to do it in small ways. Like when you nailed that project you were proud of, even if someone nitpicked it. Or when you stood up for a friend knowing you were right, even if someone else disagreed. Those moments, that's you tapping into your inner badass. You got the blueprint, we're just scaling it up. As you relax deeper into this moment, feel the warmth in your chest, that strength in your core. You begin to notice how easy it is to let those old fears fade, like clouds dissolving in a bright sky. Imagine a river flowing effortlessly, carrying away every harsh word, every judgment leaving only your truth behind. You are that river, powerful, moving forward, unbothered by the pebbles tossed in your path. With every breath you feel stronger, more centered, knowing that no one's opinion can shake a river's course. And as you stand in that power, you realize you've always had this strength. Like the time you laughed off a rude comment at a party, or when you kept going on a project, even after someone doubted you. Those moments are proof you're already doing this. Now imagine doing it more effortlessly, like a reflex. Someone criticizes your work, you nod, smile and think, thanks for the opinion, but I've got this. The words slide off you like water off a duck's back. Fucking liberating, isn't it? You can do this in other ways too. Try this next time someone throws shade, says you're too quiet in meetings. Pause, breathe, ask yourself, does this align with my values? If not, let it go, like a balloon floating away. Or use humour. Maybe I'm just saving my brilliance for the right moment. You can also reframe their criticism as curiosity. Interesting. Tell me more about why you think that. This flips the script, puts you in control, and keeps your power intact. Another trick. Visualize a shield around you, glowing with your confidence. Every criticism hits it and bounces off, harmless. Practice this daily, see it, feel it, own it. You can even journal after interactions. What did they say? Doesn't matter. Why or why not? This builds a habit of detaching from external validation. Why is it important? The science. Your brain is wired to seek social approval because evolutionarily, belonging meant survival. When someone criticizes you, your prefrontal cortex, the thinking part, gets hijacked by your amygdala, the fear center, pumping cortisol and making you feel like shit. But neuroplasticity, your brain's ability to rewire, means you can train it to respond differently. By practicing self-acceptance and reframing criticism, you strengthen neural pathways that prioritize your own worth over external noise. Studies like those from the Journal of Cognitive Neuroscience show mindfulness and cognitive reframing reduce amygdala reactivity, calming that heart-skip bullshit and boosting resilience. Karma-wise, not doing this keeps you trapped in a cycle of self-doubt, avoiding life's opportunities because you're scared of a fucking opinion. That's not living, that's hiding. The repercussion, you miss out on growth, connection, and your own damn potential. But when you embrace this, your life changes. You walk into rooms with swagger, speak your truth, and take risks because you know your worth isn't tied to anyone's approval. Why are you afraid? You're scared because your brain is still running an old script. Maybe from childhood, when a parent or a teacher's criticism felt like the end of the world. That's where their opinion is more valid bullshit comes from. Social comparison rooted in evolutionary psychology makes you think others are better, smarter, whatever. But here's the truth. They're just as flawed as you. That co-worker who criticized you, they're probably insecure about their own work. That friend who judged your choice, they're projecting their own fears. Recognizing this breaks the spell. The patterns that keep you stuck, people-pleasing. You bend over backwards to avoid criticism, draining your energy like a vampire sucking your soul. Perfectionism. You think you have to be flawless, so any feedback feels like a gut punch. Overgeneralization. One criticism, like, you fucked up this task, becomes I'm a failure at everything. Avoidant. You dodge interactions to avoid judgment, shrinking your life to a tiny, safe box. Self-comparison, you measure yourself against others, forgetting they're just as fucked up as anyone. Interrupt these patterns. Break them. We use NLP pattern interrupts. When you feel that heart skip, do something unexpected, snap your fingers, hum a tune, or mentally say, fuck that noise. This jolts your brain out of its rut, creating a space for new responses, then reframe. This criticism is just data, not my identity. Over time, this rewires your brain to stay calm and confident. Let's pace your reality. You feel nervous when criticism hits, because you care about doing well, about being respected. That's beautiful. It shows you're driven. You give a shit. Now let's lead. Imagine channeling that drive into trusting your own judgment. Picture yourself in a meeting. Someone says, your idea is weak. And instead of shrinking, you smile. Say, cool, I'll consider that. And keep shining. You're not ignoring them. You're just not letting their words rent space in your head. This builds rapport with yourself, reinforcing your self-worth. And even with others. Because confidence is magnetic. Criticism triggers confusion because it challenges your self-concept. Make your brain scramble to make sense of it. That's where NLP and Ericksonian hypnosis shine. They use confusion to open your mind to new beliefs. By pacing your current state, the fear, the insecurity, and leading to a new state, confidence, self-acceptance, we bypass resistance. Your brain is like, wait, what? And in that moment of openness, we install new truths. You are enough. You define your worth. As you sink deeper into this moment, feel that warmth, that strength. Imagine a golden light filling your chest, spreading through every cell. This light is your power, your truth, unbreakable. With every breath, it grows stronger, anchoring you in your worth. Picture a time when you felt unstoppable. Maybe when you aced a test, or helped a friend, or just felt fucking alive. Feel that now, stronger, brighter. And as you carry this light, you notice how easily you let criticism slide away, like rain on a window. You hear someone's opinion, maybe your boss saying, you missed the mark. And instead of fear, you feel curiosity, strength. You think interesting, but I know my value. This becomes your reflex, your truth, wired deep into your unconscious. You walk through life with a swagger, knowing no one's words can dim your light unless you let them. Imagine your life with this new belief system. You speak up in meetings unafraid of pushback. You try new things. Maybe start that side hustle. Or ask that crush out. Because you're not paralyzed by what if they judge me. You connect deeper with people because you're not hiding from criticism. You're free. Fucking free to be you. Your stress drops. Your confidence soars. Opportunities open like doors you didn't even see before. Keep hiding from criticism and you'll stay small, stuck in a cage of your own making. That's the karma of fear, stagnation, regret, a life half lived, but step into your power. And the universe rewards you with growth, connection and freedom. The choice is yours. But you're too damn big for that cage. As you rest in this moment, let these truths sink deep. You're enough. You define your worth. Criticism is just noise, not your truth. With every breath, you go stronger, more confident, more you. Carry this light, this power, into every moment, knowing you're unstoppable, unshakable. A fucking force of nature. And so it is.